And so I hand in and I say goodbye to the girl, and she's off to visit her parent or mother in Phoenix or something. And I hand my 2 tickets over. And they hand me back 2 pieces of paper. One is a ticket, and one is like a drink ticket, because I was flying the business.
Select.
It's not even business class.
Select.
It's just like you pay an extra $15 or some
to get
shit
to the front of the line.
You get to the front of the A section, and they give you a free drink on the plane. I don't drink booze, so it's a complete fucking waste, but I like being at the front of the line, so that helps too. So she gives me 2 documents, and I'm looking at them. I go, I said, but what do I do? I had 2 tickets. She's like, there's only 1 seat. And I was like, I understand, but what do I do about the other ticket that I had? And she was just like, there's only 1 seat. Just get on the plane. You're going to miss the plane. The doors are going to close. I'm like, ma'am, I understand. I'm just looking for a little information here. I gave you 2 tickets. Now I have 1 ticket. Where'd that money go? And she's like, it'll just be credited to your account. Just go. And I was like, you know what? It's unfair. I just want a little information. She goes, I'm sorry. And I was like, that's all. It's a simple question.
Right.
And I'm literally like that. I'm not downplaying myself. Believe me, I'll do the impression of me later on where I start getting tight. But at this point, you know me, I don't...
Never rude.
Never. Death before discourtesy is my fucking mantra.
Because you never want to give anybody something to say.
It may not be altruistic. I'm not going to say like I'm like fucking St. Francis of Assisi. I love all animals and shit and human beings as well. Or Joe...
You have exceptional manners.
I was raised very well. And also, it's not completely altruistic. I never want to give anyone cause to be like, that fucking clerk's asshole, blah, blah. Never. So I'm heading toward the door. There's a dude at the doorway. I hand one dude my ticket. He takes it. He goes, thanks. I was like, I'm good. Anything else? He goes, you're all good. I was like, woo, I made it. There's another dude who's not, I guess he is going on the plane. I'm not sure. I never saw him again, so he must have went on the flight. He's in the doorway, and he sees me coming in. He goes, whoa, who are you? And I go, I'm standby guy, and they put me on. And he goes, well, are you Rana? And he said something to somebody else. Is he Rana? And I was like, I didn't know what the word was, and I was like, what is that, man? Am I being declassified as fucking luggage? And he goes, what? And I go, am I being declassified as luggage, dude? And he goes, no. I said revenue. And I was like, what does revenue mean? He goes, revenue means did you pay for your ticket? I said, oh yeah, I paid for my ticket.
What did he think? You looked like a hobo? And
or like, I was a person who had missed had missed some other flight, and they give you some makeup ticket. Like he was saying, you paid for this. Revenue means I paid for that flight. It wasn't like some makeup ticket or some frequent flyer bullshit.
Got it.
When you pay cash, they're like, look, we got to take care of people who pay cash. Never mind people who are like, I saved my points. It's just like cash first. They bring me. He's revenue. He says, "Oh, we're right at the front door of the plane now, at the end of the jetway, and there's a little blonde stewardess in the doorway who lights up like Christmas upon seeing me." And I'm like, "Right on, man! A friendly in the air, friendly skies and shit." And I was like, "Hi," and she's like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Hi, how are you?" And she's like, "It's so cool. This is gonna be the best flight ever." And I was like, "Great," which is funny in a few seconds. So we get into it. I walk onto the plane. It is packed because it's fully loaded at this point. Everybody's loaded up. I'm immediately doing the Bionic Man scan of the fucking joint to see where is the least embarrassing place for a man of my size to find, plant himself. Everybody's chosen. It's like me entering the school year in fucking, January. All the friends have been made, and now I have to find a place to sit for lunch. Right up front, Jennifer. First mistake. Right up front, in front of everybody, 2 women sitting apart with a seat in the middle of them. Both very slight, very little women. I'm like, all right, fucking, if it's got to be the front row between these 2 ladies, so be it. And one is like adorable, like squishy as a button, like a big prune, older than fuck, but adorable, like little old lady and shit. When I sat down, she's like, hello. So before I said, I've loaded my bag. The stewardess was just like, right here's a place. Put your bag here. Loaded my bag, and I went to go sit down. I was like, oh shit. And I went back and I grabbed my earphones. Then go sit down. Sit down between 2 ladies. I'm like, hello. Just as I'm reaching for my fucking seatbelt, which, look, I'm not saying I buckle the seat, as easily as I fucking comb my hair. It takes a degree of, but I can buckle that seatbelt still, and that is a hallmark for any fat person. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can take what you will from me, but don't take the fact that I could still buckle the belt. You know, I don't need the fucking extender yet. So, you know, I'm going to buckle, and all of a sudden, Suzanne,
oh God,
good old Suzanne from up front, comes in, leans down, and she goes, Mr. Smith, hi, we have kind of a problem. Now,
oh God,
first thing comes into my head, oh my God, my mother died? Because that's what I'm trained for. You know what I'm saying? Like weird phone calls in the middle of the night, some stranger coming up to you going, Mr. Smith, I have something bad to tell you. I did not for a single second think what was coming because it was beyond my comprehension. You know what I'm saying? Again, right. I know I'm fat, but I'm not that fucking fat. You know what I'm saying? Like there's fat and there's fat. There are people who are fat like me, but double wide like me.
But we also fly all the time. We fly almost
flew there on one
weekly.
Seat. So Suzanne leans down and goes, Mr. Smith, we kind of have a problem. I said, what is it? And she goes, the captain says that you can't sit here. That's when it starts dawning on me.
Oh my.
And I go, oh, why? Because I don't want to say, are you saying what I think you're saying? Right. And I'm immediately looking to the women on either side of me to be like, did you fucking bitches sell me out or something? What happened here? And she goes, well, no, it's a safety issue, a security measure. And I said, what? Wait, safety, security? What are you talking about? And she's like, I'm sorry.
How is that explanation justified?
Hold it.
Like,
well,
okay.
That's the story.
Like,
so I'm like, what do you, I mean, but ma'am, I'm fine. I'm sitting down. She's like, well, it's just, if you can't lower the armrests, then we can't let you, you know, what she wanted to say was, you're too fat. You have to buy 2 seats, but this plane's too full. So you can't buy 2 seats. So you're going to have to go. Right. But she kept insisting that the pilot was saying this. And I was just like, I'm looking because the pilot, where I'm sitting, there is no way possible for the pilot to see me because I can't see the pilot. Right. Even if I lean all the way to the left across the woman who's sitting next to me, maybe I catch a little piece of the pilot. But where we're sitting, based on where the galley is, there's no way this man could have fucking seen me. So she's saying, like the captain's saying, you've got to get up. And I was like, are you? Oh, and I literally said, please don't do this to me. Are you serious? Like, are you telling me to get up? And I was like, everybody, like, this plane's full.
Right.
And she's like, yeah. And I was like, but ma'am, the armrest, look. And I put the armrests both down.
Right.
I was like, they were just up because they were up when I sat down. Like, these ladies had them up. I'm not, and I was like, I asked them, I mean, ma'am, are you squished? And the lady to my left was like, it's only an hour flight.
Right.
Which is fine. I mean, that's not the answer I was looking for, but, you know, fine, I'll take that. But the little old lady next to me can't hear shit. And I'm just like, ma'am, am I squishing you? And she goes, what? And I go, squish. What? And I make the squishy, like, squish. And she goes, I'm fine. And I was like, they're both fine. And the lady, and Suzanne goes, yeah, I'm sorry. Please, this is really, can you know, we'll try to make it up to you outside.
Oh my God.
There
is no making up
at this
for
point,
that.
I'm like, I got one or two things to do. I could sit here and defiantly be like, no, I'm not getting up because I was not fitting in my seat.
You had your seatbelt on and you had both of the armrests down.
But I didn't get to put my seatbelt on because there was no, I was about to put my seatbelt on, but that didn't happen. But I mean, it wasn't a test. She wasn't like, well, let's see if you can put your seatbelt on. She wasn't giving me a choice. I put the armrest down, which is supposed to be the
this bitch?
Southwest test. I don't know if it was her. That's the thing. I don't know if it was her. My guess, it was the fucking dude in the jetway, the dude who was like revenue. That guy, that guy. I think it was that dude. And I think that dude, like after I sat down, fucking like waved her over. Because before I put up my bag and before I was in the seat 13 seconds before Suzanne was there. And she was all the way over at that other fucking desk.
Right.
So this was in motion before I even got into the plane, before I hit a seat, before I got into the aisle, before a fucking phantom pilot that saw me. And she, I don't know where it came from, but it wasn't as she represented it. So I'm sitting there going, what do I do? Like, this is potentially fucking humiliating. Because as I sit down, when I first boarded, Silent Bob!
Of course.
Literally.
Inevitable.
I'm not fucking kidding. Like, you know, some people I'm sure are like, nobody knows who you are. Dude, I ain't shitting around.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, it's just fucking, it's there. After 15 years and many different platforms.